We all start a project that we look at it, we say, okay, this is going to take 6 months to 12 months, maybe a year. And we end up thinking, okay, I'm going to get this done in a year. Right? I'm going to work on it once or twice a week and I'm going to get it done. And about a month goes by and you're working pretty consistently. In fact, maybe you're working more than you expected. You're working maybe 12 to 20 hours a week. Even if you have a full-time job, you're working on the side as much as you can and you start going at it really hard, and you find all of a sudden after 2 to 3 months your project is coming along pretty well, but you drop it out of nowhere. You just stop working on it. It wasn't planned. You just dropped it. That was it. And some of you might call this burnout. But yeah, and this is pretty much burnout. So you kind of overestimated the amount of work this would take. You overestimated your own capabilities of how to actually create this project and so on. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to avoid not just burnout, but how to actually get a project done and how to create your first project. And so this video is a bit different than most of my other videos. I gotta try to look at the camera. I'm looking at my video, but the camera's up there, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, so let me try to think or talk about how I personally I've gone from small projects to a big long-term project. The biggest long-term project I've ever done was about a year. It was a little over a year actually. I kind of was in development of it for a long time before I actually released it, and then started releasing more levels as it came out. It was called Path of the Player 2. It was a turn-based RPG game, which was kind of open world, but not really. It was on mobile. It's not on Steam. I kind of wanted to release it on Steam, but I never got to it. And I kind of got busy with YouTube videos, which I'm doing right now. But the way to do this is to initially, as an indie dev, you cannot start a long-term project as a beginner. The reason isn't because you're incapable of it or because you're not smart enough. It's because you just haven't gotten used to it and you don't understand your own capabilities and your own level of commitment that you personally can put into a project. And personally, when I started, I put a month into my first project. My very first project. It's still on Google Play. You can find it. Path Player 1. Back in 2016, I think. I'm not sure if it was released in 2016, but it was a long time ago. And I told myself, okay, I'm going to spend 1 month, exactly 30 days on this project. After 30 days, I'm not going to work on it. That's it. That is it. In fact, you might even be able to go to that game and see it's kind of incomplete. It's not very good. But that was it. I spent 30 days on that game, and that was it. I spent 30 days, and that was it. After those 30 days, I went to my next project. My next project was 2 months. 2 months, 60 days, that was it. After 60 days, I dropped that project. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was complete, so I don't think I ever released it. But that was how I ended up working my way up to making a long-term project. Now, when you get hired for a project as a game dev, maybe, it's obviously a little different because you're coding for someone else's game. You're given a task, you do the task, and you're done. And then they give you another task to do, etc., right? But when you're creating your own game, you have to make all these small little tasks and format it properly into your own game. But it becomes very difficult to do that as a starter indie dev game developer as yourself, right? And so you have to start smaller. Start with a 2-week project, a month project. I did that. I started with 30 days. I had a lot more time at the time. I think it was during summer, and I was a student, so I had literally all day, all night. I was working some days, obviously part time, but I had a lot more time, so I set 30 days, and that was it. So if you have a little less time, you can set 2 months for your first project. That's okay, but that is my suggestion as your first thing to do. That is your first step to get started as an indie dev gamer or developer. So try that. I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. This is kind of a new thing I'm doing for my channel. I wanted to try to talk to you guys instead of making tutorials. I'm going to try to do this a bit more often. I'm going to try getting into video editing and stuff like that. But we'll see how it does. And I hope this helped some of you guys. I hope you guys, if you are new to indie dev and you're kind of stuck in that process of starting a project and dropping it, starting a project and stopping it, and you're even starting a tutorial series and dropping it, same thing. So try to pick a series that is small or in your own capabilities and that you think is in your own capabilities. Try to do that before you ever start a longer term project. But really try that. I hope that helps. That helped me a lot. Um, this is a bit more philosophical, but this tends to apply to everything in life, in my opinion. I'm still young, so you might not have to take my advice, but I'm not going to reveal how young I am. But in life, in my opinion, if you apply this to as many things as you can, and think more short term in the beginning, it definitely helps with that burnout. So try that. Let me know how it goes. Hopefully, some of you guys try it, and maybe you comment down below, and then a month later you come back and you're like, wow, this actually worked. So I hope you guys can try something like this. I hope this video helped. It was very short, kind of unplanned, but I hope it helped. I'm going to try to do something like this in the future again. So let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments down below. Go sub to my Twitch. I'm still streaming a little bit every now and then. It's not too long. I stream about an hour or so on my sci-fi game that I'm doing at the moment. Go to my Patreon if you want. Join my Discord. Definitely join my Discord. I appreciate that the most. Subscribe if you haven't already, and like and comment. So I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.